So today we're gonna go ahead with this book summary about picking up women. I think it is called something with mystery. I unfortunately don't remember, but you're gonna see it in the title and also in the description. So just please do so. Chapter 5, A1 Open. Practices in and internalize this 3-second rule where you must open your target or group within 3 seconds of spotting them. It is important not to be too selective of your sets early in the night. Better to be in any set than to end up alone when you could have been working the room. You don't always need a legitimate target to enjoy interaction or interacting with people. I see. An opener is a short story or statement used to get a group's attention and earn their acceptance of your presence. Use indirect openers so that you don't convey IOIS, which is, just for the people that haven't had a look at the other one, indicators of interest. Yeah. As a general rule, don't buy her a drink. The goal is to have your game so tight that she offers to buy you one. I see. I just see that, I'm doing a lot of mistakes. I'm doing quite a lot of mistakes, yeah, to kind of be honest. Be willing to crash and burn for every set the entire night. Do it for fun with your wing game. Give your wing $200 at the beginning of the night and he'll give you back 20 for each set you approach. You're really gonna then do things. And I'm actually really gonna then do things if this is the case. Like, $200 is quite a lot of money, I'm not gonna lie. It might not be much money for a lot of people that are listening to this, but for me it is like quite something, you know what? It's quite something. Approaching tips. Be comfortable and friendly. Enthusiasm is contagious. Smile as you walk around the venue. Guys who don't have success with women don't smile. I see. Befriend the social guys and practice gaming them. One of the attraction switches in women is the leader of man switch. When you lead the man, the woman will follow. Be the observed. Be a part of the activities going on. Are you an observer or the observed? Their protection shield. Women use many strategies to protect themselves from men with a little perceived S&R value, survival and reproduction, which is just understandable. A pawn is a girl you gamed in a previous set with the express purpose of bringing her into the next set so that it will open more easily. A pawn is a girl you gamed in a previous set with the express purpose of bringing her into the next set. I see. One other ways to get through the shield include uninterested body language and false time constraints. The key is to never be shaken or affected by her shield. Always stay in a good mood and have a good time. Never take it personally. Probably also because, is it personally? It's probably personally. If a particular value demonstrating routine has been internalized and is ready for use in a set, then that routine is said to be in the car or carry. In the can. I can't read. A Venusian artist who can deliver canned material properly will be able to generate consistent, powerful responses while he is in set. It is also important to practice spontaneous, natural conversation. After all, that is where the best canned material comes from. The delivery of the canned material is often more important than the content. What is this? A pawn is a girl. The key is to never be shaken. If a particular value demonstration routine has been internalized and is ready for use, I see now. Blah, 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 blah. It's best to come into a set with a slightly higher energy level than the people in it. She should always feel like you are about to leave in A1. One way to create this impression is through false time constraints. Example, if I didn't have to go right now, which I do, I would... I can only stay a second. I'm here at Friends, so check this out. I've only got a minute, so I've got to tell you about and stuff like that. And I do have to say, and this is something that I've learned somewhere else, I don't know when, if you're approaching somebody and you're like, okay, and you tell them how long it's going to take them, they are more likely to interact with you because they feel like that, of course, we don't want to waste time with people we don't want to waste time with. But if they're like, just 1 minute, and that this could be the truth, it's not about these people that are just walking around trying to sell you some charity things, which I will never buy into. Because I like charity, I really love charity, but I would never ever just quote unquote buy or sign up for some charity at their place. I would never ever do so. If I'm just doing some charity work, I'm sitting in front of my computer, searching the best charity, and then I'm donating. So it's just, I always feel like, why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting your motherfucking time with me? If you could just be more smart about things and just approach somebody that is very easy to just sell something to. But no, all of them just really have to sell to me and stuff like that. But if they're saying like, just a minute, it's not going to take them a minute. It's going to take longer. So this is also something to consider. Blah, 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 blah. Once she's hooked, use another false time constraint. Because now that they want you to stay, a second false time constraint will create a fear of loss and make them chase you to stay. Body rocking is the use of physical, and I also don't do that. I'm always like, I just have the time of the world. It is okay. I always value people so high, and I think it's also very important. But I don't know, and I would actually also kind of feel bad for just kind of acting like that and lying then. Well, yeah, I don't know. Is it lying? Yeah, it kind of is, and I just don't like that. Well, anyway. Body rocking is the use of physical movement to create the impression you are just about to leave the set. It is a non-verbal false time constraint. The person who moves the least or reacts the least will often be perceived as the one with more social status. The person who moves the least or reacts the least. I see. If you're not moving for calculated reasons, such as performing body rocking, then it is better to stay in one spot with a comfortable body posture. Because yes, indeed, non-verbals are very important. To open a moving set, walk slightly in front and turn your head back while you use your opener. Walk slightly in front, then continue walking forward with your head forward and continue gaming. Slow down your pace and watch them match yours. By the way, there's something very interesting, people matching your body language. Kind of says something, to really be honest. Anyway, how to open a seated set. Open the set as usual. Use a fast time constraint part of the way into the opener. Continue the opener as you grab a chair and sit down. It is important to be talking at the same time while you sit down. Stack to your next routine, then stand again as if to leave. Sit again as you FTC and stack. I see. I really like those type of books that really are about just, fuck. Or it is actually working. So I've done this and done that. Openers should be run with a body posture away from the set as if you're about to leave but seeking rapport. A person leaning back will appear to hold more power than one leaning in. Yes, because it is about interest, showing fucking interest, I guess. And by leaning forward, you're showing interest in what the person is saying. So, speaking tips. Speak with a deep, powerful voice. Be emotionally expressive with your voice. Speak slowly and clearly. Eliminate filler words. Speak with plenty of pausing and rhythm, and speak loudly when applicable to come across as more alpha. I see. Voice is also something that I'm so interested in. It is so nice to just use your voice consciously and I don't know. And this is, by the way, something that I've learned through the podcast, really kind of entirely, because I use my voice every time, and I could be talking in this way, but I could also be talking that way, so that it sounds different, and maybe more soft. Maybe this is more peaceful, and maybe it is better than just speaking like that and just feeling and being very enthusiastic and strict, and maybe something like that, and maybe just something in between, both things and stuff like that. So when what you say and how you say it don't match up in a natural manner, you have what Venusian artists call incongruence. Like a comedian, a pickup artist is also a performing artist. His task is to captivate a small group of people long enough to convey specific personality characteristics that will ultimately make him interesting to the one woman in the group whom he has his eye on. So his task is to captivate a small group of people long enough to convey specific personality characteristics. I see. Every new routine that you learn must go through a naturalization phase that may take a good 24 tries until the script comes out congruently. High value people don't scan the venue looking for a higher value spot to be in. A good pickup artist believes that the most fun and valuable spot in the field is his own. Women are looking for a man whose reality is more fun and valuable than their own. You must be congruent with the value that you have to offer, and it must be apparent to the room, revealed through distinct demonstrations of high social value. Interesting. And I gotta actually have to say, like, social value is such an important thing. Even though it's maybe easily said than done on one hand as well, of course, but easily said than something, well, I don't know. Chapter 6, A2, female to male interest, demonstrating value, indicators of interest, and group theory. IODs is indicators of disinterest. To get IOIs, practice A1. Be indirect and non-needy. Yes. Practice A2, stagger necks with DHVs, demonstrations of high value. Neck, a statement or action made to briefly and without insult disqualify oneself from being perceived as a potential suitor. A nag is not an insult, but a negative social value judgment that is telegraphed. Generally, the better looking the woman, the more aggressive your nags will need to be. I see, being like, well, I just in general don't like people that smoke. But I always feel like just to be the fucking douchiest and just... I don't know. Like, I don't want to be a bad person. This is the case for me. But yeah, anyway. But I think it could also just be interesting to just see how it works and see whether it works or not. And sometimes just also playing a game, kind of. Just being another person from time to time. Not just entirely, but you know what I mean. A 10 may get 3 necks up front in quick successions just for being beautiful. So a neg is a statement or action made to briefly and without insult disqualify oneself from being perceived as a potential suitor. The shotgun nag is a good social tool. It keeps her friends from thinking you have a sexual motive, which keeps them from protecting her from you. The power is in its apparent sincerity. She'll honestly believe you're not trying to impress her and then wonder why. Teasing nags reveal that you are confident, unaffected, and in control. Teasing stimulates. But what is a nag right now? I kind of feel like that it is a compliment, but it is not. Negative, a photographic negative. Well, anyway. Teasing stimulates her emotions and is useful as a DHV during A2. It's directed to the group as a whole or the target directly. A sniper nag is used directly on the target and she is the only one to hear it. The idea is to make her honestly believe that she has performed a demonstration of lower value. The throw and go technique for a nag shows you're not trying to get a reaction and conveys it was genuine. So is it now like just a good thing or is it a bad thing? Because I'll also try like just, okay, I really like that, but I just don't, which is actually often in reality the case. Like I do want to give a compliment to a girl or whatnot, but I just don't want to be perceived as a needy fucking bastard. But I feel like, well, I want to say that, and I want to be like, well, I like your trousers, I like this, I like that, but I don't just want to hit on you. Like, I don't know, I just like it. Just please step a bit back, Group theory. Women of quality tends to be found in groups and rarely, if ever, alone. Basic group theory operates on a combination of 2 DHVs. The social proof is that is generated by taking over the group. Personality traits also demonstrated to the group. The ability of the nag not only to convey higher value, but also simultaneously disarm the obstacles, remove the target's sexual power, and motivate her to chase you. Be able to talk. Always have something to talk about. Get into a talkative mood and practice talking to everyone. Introduce several different routines and jump back and forth between them in a multiple threading fashion instead of linearly. The line, so how do you all know each other, must be asked in every set at some point. The moment you ask is the waypoint, typically happens 3 to 5 minutes in. Winging rules. He who opens the set leads the set and gets the first choice of the target. Make your primary purpose as the wing to help the pickup artist get his target. Don't check or steal the target. If the player cannot advance the set in any way, the wing may then attempt to recover the set for himself. Decide before going on field. As a wing, occupy the obstacle so that the player has more one-on-one time with the target. Always agree with your wing and never take the girl's side over his. Remember, your wing is a great guy and a cool guy. That's why you hang out with him. After all, you have high standards. Keep in mind your wing's feelings are important to you more than the girl. That's a very, very, very cool saying, by the way, or very cool point out, whatever. If he approaches the set turned towards him, disrespecting your wing lowers your value to the girls. Have your wing use compliment introductions. It's a powerful dynamic when you and your wing can run stories about each other. A pivot is a female friend whom you bring into the field to build social proof, open sets, create jealousy, and distract obstacles. In return for your services, you show her a good time and help her meet guys. Practice merging. Be that social guy who introduces people to others. 2 types of merging, forward and backward. Okay, I see. That's it. Have an open memorized as well as a nag and a false time constraint. Have one routine ready to go before freestyling your set. Practice your delivery, which includes body language, body rocking, voice tonality, comfortable attitude, a comfortable frame. DHV, anything you do that conveys higher survival and replication value. Story should convey positive traits and personality and lead the listener through a fun series of interesting thoughts or emotional waypoints. Can I go through the whole one today? Nah. It just needs to be engaging, enjoyable. Short is better. Should I end the episode there with chapter 7? Male to female interest. Actually gonna highlight all of these things. Yeah, I do just really quickly want to scroll up. The book summary of the mystery method. What if I Google the mystery method? Let's see what people say. The mystery method, it's actually rated the power moves. Oh, the power moves. Very interesting that they point them out. He says that it's actually not very well rated. I gotta actually have to check out his article. Oh, he also explains the nag. Very important. Nag, a backhanded compliment or a light insult to lower your target self-esteem and show that you're impressed. So it is indeed a compliment, but it is not. Canned opener, the PUA of the day relied heavily on can openers and opinion openers, asking questions about weird stuff. False time constraint and body rocking. Bob back and forth to give people the idea that you might be leaving soon. My note, this can make you look ridiculous if you overdo it or do it badly. Indeed, but I want to just check out his criticism. Yeah, maybe the criticism. There is some good advice in the mystery method, and some of its steps are just plain solid good sense, but there's also several drawbacks to the mystery method, in my opinion, including some that are not very much common sense. Let's start. A big unwieldy system. I'm not a big fan of schematic systems that try to simplify a complex reality. However, I'm also aware that we need them sometimes either to learn or to start applying them to our lives. Indeed, my main gripe with this mystery method is not its simplified system of steps, but it doesn't really simplify seduction at all. As a matter of fact, it might make it more complicated and less clear. For example, the author used to say it takes 8 hours for a woman to be comfortable enough to sleep with you, which of course is nonsense. It can happen much quicker. Yeah, it's an approximation, I think. Approximation or whatever. Approaching seduction with a whole list of consistential steps also makes it somewhat unnatural and doesn't well describe reality. Some bad ideas. Some ideas, in my opinion, are actually bad. For example, demonstrating higher value through stories. It's much better to make her talk. Yes, sure. If she doesn't talk much, you will have to carry the conversation forward until she does start talking until bad if necessary, but that's only a plan B. Body rocking can also easily make you look like somewhat of a weirdo with ADHD. well, some generalizable, well, anyway, ideas. Some ideas are good in principle or in some situation, but not good to adopt as your baseline behavior. For example, being the center of attention in a group can work great sometimes. It will certainly get you lots of attention, but attention doesn't equate results. Often it's best to be a silent guy who only focuses on the girl he likes. Lots of game can make you move slower. The whole mystery method is fully based on games and hiding interest. There is little room for being direct or simply liking each other and or just having a strong sexual chemistry. Acting on a chemistry or verbalizing your liking for someone when it's obvious you both like each other can be much more powerful than hiding your intentions. Yes, indeed. Mystery takes some good ideas to the extreme where they become silly. Peacocking, for example, being seen or standing out is great. I talk about it in my scientific dating strategies that work, but mystery often took it too far to be effective with the most high quality woman. But she's gonna be, that guy's got binoculars, not going anywhere. Yeah. Why would... Yeah? No. Okay, yeah. Some concepts should not be your baseline behavior. The nag is per se a good idea and it can work well. I use it sometimes too. I'm a fashion model. Cool. I didn't know Vietnam was a good market for modeling. I just don't understand. And see the full explanation here. However, not to be used at all times as your baseline behavior. Indeed, if you're an obviously cool guy, if she likes you, it only damages you to nag her. If she thinks you're high value, nagging her will only make you more out of reach, which will turn her bitter towards you. Also read value and availability. You're better served instead mixing power with warmth, thus that woman will want to join you in your aura of high value man. But I see where mystery is coming from. He used to be a club guy, and in that environment, because of numbers and environment, women almost always have more power than men. Furthermore, mystery might not have been the coolest guy, most popular, richest guy when he started, and nagging might have served him well under these conditions. Albeit, I still believe he probably lost a lot of girls for nagging too much. Yeah, the made-up evolutionary psychology, one thing that always annoyed about many, but not all, dating books is the pseudo-science that goes into it. Most of all, of course, evolutionary psychology. Mystery of the meaning mentions evolutionary psychology, but not always correctly. Braggart, some people said the author might have some self-esteem issues and narcissistic tendencies. I have noticed a lot of ego posturing in the book. I see. Yeah. But there's also some pros, but I'm not going to go over that because it's not that interesting. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to end the episode there. So thank you very much for your attention. I wish you the best health, of happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered. Basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty cool thing. 3 other questions that I have you are, why are you here, what are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. Yeah. One last question is, what could you say in particular that is really gonna make somebody feel very good about themselves? Ask yourself. And yeah, I'm hopefully gonna see you the next time. So bye bye and thank you very much. Wish you the best. Please stay healthy and safe.